Are you two coming or what?
Femme fatale story, polyamory, murder, everyone's hot. What more could you want? Today we're talking about a criminally short-lived series, Why Women. Still in the first 30 seconds, I gotta watch what I say. And they got some solid actors in there, but how do they handle the polyamory, right? Is it nice representation? Or is it monogamous people fumbling and saying, you know, polyamory bad? But first, hey, what's good? I'm Genevieve. I'm polyamorous for 13 years. I do polyamory education here, short and long form. I have a polyamory storytime series called I Could Never. You can get it wherever you get podcasts. But on this channel, we have fun. I take a look at non-monogamy in film and TV. What do they do well? What's messy and they get wrong? And if you and your partner have spotted me across the bar and you like my vibe, just go ahead and hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment a little something. And now let's get into it. Season 1 of this show is actually an anthology of 3 different stories following 3 different time periods, 1963, 1984, and 2019. And in every single one of these stories, we know up front that somebody is going to meet their maker, right? Somebody's time on this earth here is going to end. And it becomes this mystery whodunit, you know? A little bit like White Lotus, but not as heavy. And we're mostly gonna focus on the story from 2019, though the other stories do have like a little bit sprinkled in that I can talk about. Spoilers for all of season 1. In 1963, the main character is Beth Ann, aka Ginnifer Goodwin. Ginnifer Goodwin? I don't know how she pronounces it. I'm gonna go with Ginnifer because that's what it looks like. She plays a housewife whose husband is cheating on her. In 1984, the main character is Simone, played by Lucy Liu, who is crushing it. She knows what kind of show she's in. Drama and camp to the nth degree. You're gonna love that storyline. And she plays a socialite whose husband is not only cheating on her, but he is also secretly gay. And in 2019, our main characters are Eli and Taylor. Played by Kirby Howell-Baptiste, she was Simone on The Good Place. And her husband's played by Reid Scott. He was Dan from Veep. So Eli is a writer and he is in a slump. He has not written in months. He has not sold something in a couple of years. And Taylor is a lawyer, now the only breadwinner for the house for quite a long time. And there's some tension there with that.
Get any writing done?
And this is the polyamorous storyline. This is the one that I'm mostly going to be talking about today because they are a couple in an open marriage who both meet someone and fall for her and welcome her into their home to have a triad. I didn't remember the actress's name, so I just wrote down the one with the eyes from the cop show. Her name's Alexandra Daddario. So before we meet their partner, we learn that the open marriage was Taylor's idea because she's bi and wanted to sleep with women.
But you only agreed to this arrangement because you knew how much it meant to me.
And they have a lot of rules. Some of them are fine, like don't lie to each other. That's sure, yes. Some of them I side-eye a little bit, like no hookups in the house.
Rule number 1, we don't bring our hookups into the house.
Sure, there could be reasons, but I think for this couple, it's very much like, don't ask, don't tell. We keep our life compartmentalized. And some of their rules are just trouble waiting to happen.
Which means you violated rule number 2. You become emotionally involved. That is an insult to me and the sacred institution known as open marriage.
You can't have a rule not to fall in love, right? No one can promise that even if they want to. I'm so sorry. I hate telling good people bad news. If you're watching this and you have a rule like that, we can have agreements on how we treat each other. We can't have agreements on how we're going to feel in the future. Taylor has been seeing Jade, and Jade is fleeing a rough relationship and she needs a place to stay. So Taylor is like, hey, why don't we have her stay at our place? So first, it pushes up against their agreement of no hookups in the house, which I think that's all well and good to like challenge that, all right? Because after a point, I do feel like it can be splitting hairs. Like, oh, they slept with you, so they're suddenly vampires and can't walk through your front door. But Taylor starts pushing Eli even more for Jade to stay longer and longer and longer.
Damn it, Taylor, this is a really big favor.
I know, baby.
All right, fine, 1 night.
I told her she could stay the weekend.
2 nights.
Monday is Labor Day, so technically...
3 nights, final offer.
And sort of played for laughs, but now we're kind of getting a sense of how Eli and Taylor handle arguments, right? Taylor's kind of like, I'm gonna get my way, and Eli's like, I don't wanna fight. So she crashes for the weekend, and right away she's written just to be this seductress. These two have character development. She is just hot and the object of desire. But now that Jade's side of the story can also come out, we learn that Taylor lied about how long they'd been together.
6 months?
Yeah.
You told me that you met Jade just a few weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure I said months.
Which is obviously breaking their biggest rule, don't lie.
Well, obviously I made a mistake. Who wants dessert?
Does not bode well. And Eli's attracted to Jade as well. And so he starts scheming and he's like, how could I possibly get all three of us in bed together? I think, unannounced, I'll just go to the hot tub butt-ass naked.
Why?
So Taylor is like, dude, what's up? And they start talking about if the two of them want to go to Jade and be like, hey, would you like to sleep with both of us? Jade's totally open to it, and the three of them go to bed. And at first, Eli is just like in heaven, in fantasy. All of that is going great until he leaves the room and the two of them keep going together. Dude, bring the pie upstairs. He's just sitting mopey or droopy dog. He's just like, what could I possibly do other than wait at this empty table? So finally, when he's sufficiently felt sorry for himself, he goes upstairs to take a look at what's taking so long. And he looks through the door to see that Taylor and Jade are having an emotionally intimate moment. That's why it's good to talk about things. If you get swept up in the moment and don't get to talk about things beforehand, definitely talk about them right afterwards. How's everyone doing? How are we feeling? Because it's emotionally risky, right? Like, he is finding that out the hard way. He's seeing heart emoji eyes popping out from his wife towards this woman. Combined with lying about seeing Jade for 6 months, now he's putting two and two together like, oh, maybe she's trying to conceal the fact that she loves this woman.
Are you sulking?
No.
Then what's up? 'Cause you don't look like a man who just had his lifelong dream fulfilled.
You in love with her? I knew it.
Which is breaking their agreement of don't catch feelings. Now, again, you can't agree to that. And she comforts him by saying this.
But my love story is with you.
You actively love somebody else right now. Like, it's a lie. You know, and the best of us have fallen prey to, like, thinking that this is what we should say to comfort someone, you know? So, like, it can be a leftover from monogamy. If you've reassured someone like this, it doesn't mean you're, like, bad at polyamory. But essentially what she's saying is you're safe because you're the one and only. And in that case, I'm like, just be monogamous then, bro. Like, what are we doing here? And it doesn't take long for Jade to get put in the middle, as newer partners often do.
So did Eli get any work done today?
I'm not sure. I was running errands.
Why don't you ask him? No.
Just talk to your husband. Just don't put this girl who just met him in the middle of this. Don't do this.
I'm just gonna say nothing. Be supportive. This is my supportive smile. Tell me what you think.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, but the supportiveness don't last for very long.
Finish your script.
This kind of attitude is why I introduced you to people as my first wife.
Yeah, that's funny.
Cool. And then we learn that Jade has more people in her life, as non-monogamous people often do.
This is Taylor and Eli. How do you two know Jade?
We met her last year.
Oh, and it was love at first sight.
And Taylor gets jealous. I do think it's fair, though, to not want to be surprised by, like, just kissing some random person in front of you. That's something you talk about. But Taylor doesn't also handle it the best.
And I gotta be up early and go to my job that requires me to, wear clothes. So.
How many of those have you had?
A couple. Maybe 2 couples.
And it's not cute, it's not a good look. So Taylor freaks out about how she's acted and panics that she might lose Jade.
Now she's going to Venice, and it's all my fault, and I have to fix this.
All right, well, you don't even know where she is.
Yes, I do, okay? She's at their hotel.
How do you know that?
I put Find My Friends on her phone.
You're tracking her?
I gotta go.
You keeping tabs on her? I know Jade's ex that she was fleeing from was very controlling. Like, does Jade have a type? And basically, Taylor indirectly implies that she needs polyamory.
I need her. If she leaves, this whole thing falls apart.
She implies their marriage would fall apart if she didn't have Jade, you know? So, you know, not asking much of this poor girl. She says Jade is easy.
And Jade is the only thing in my life that is easy.
Which is not a cool thing to say to a husband who, like just say you're upset about an imbalance in that relationship. Don't be like, this person's better because they don't have the baggage that our long marriage does. So Jade comes back and Taylor apologizes. Good on ya. Yes, you should apologize.
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
No, I do.
And there's still the issue that Jade doesn't have housing, right? She's been invited to travel all over Europe with this hot couple, so she's pretty much leaning towards she's gonna do that because she doesn't have a place to live. And Jade just kind of revealed that she has a lot of trauma about getting kicked out of housing because she was raised in foster care.
Being here with you and Eli, it's starting to feel like a home. I'm getting attached, which always leads to me getting hurt.
Pretty explicitly saying, hey, this is super high stakes for me. And then Eli comes up with the best idea.
What if you stayed? What if this was your home?
It's so bad. You invited her to stay for a couple of days while she was finding her footing. But you're both attracted to her. Your marriage is rocky at best. And that is when they decide to have a triad, everybody.
Be with us.
Yeah. There's no reason to leave. You just got home.
Oh, this is such a bad idea. What happens if they break it off? Does that mean that her housing depends on their relationship going well? Eli had just gone up and seen his wife with lovey eyes for just a brief moment, and he hated it. Then you're gonna hate having a triad, because a triad is actually 4 relationships. It's all 3 of you, and then 3 different duos, and one of those duos you're not in. So they're gonna have their own inside jokes and hobbies and sex stuff without you. They're gonna enjoy their connection separate from you. And if you ain't comfortable dating separately, if you don't want to see your partner as their own polyamorous being apart from you, then don't ask for a front row seat to it. This was all decided on a whim without any talking about it. It'll probably be fine.
Something is weird.
Did you clean our house?
And she's cooking and cleaning, and to me, seems manic. To me, seems unstable. They are thrilled, but I feel like, you seem volatile, this is an upswing. What's your downswing look like? When I say I want more bi representation in media, it's not exactly what I had in mind. But speaking of bi representation, I want to talk to you about BiCupid, a dating app that centers queer love in all its forms and connects you with people that actually get you and your identity. It's very non-monogamy friendly, and it's designed to not only help you find new dates, but also to build out your community a bit more. Because in addition to finding cute queer people near you, they also have forums where people gather to talk about their hobbies and passions, right? And if you go in the rock climbing or the tabletop gaming forums, you're guaranteed to find some polyamorous people there, right? Those who know. And BiCupid takes safety really seriously. They have a whole team dedicated to getting rid of bots and fake profiles so that you are definitely talking to a real person and can hopefully take that connection offline, be it a new date or a new friend. If you want to see what I mean, you can scan this QR code. You can go to the link in the description. Use my code here to check out BiCupid for free. Shout out to BiCupid for being part of this. And now let's get back to the show.
Would this have anything to do with the affair you're not having?
All right, fine. I'm having an affair. Now, can you please come over here and create a distraction so I can get out?
What are husbands for?
So the triad is messy. Let's put a pin in that. But remember how I said that the other 2 storylines, the cheating stories, they actually had moments that I thought were worth mentioning. So in the 1963 storyline, Beth Ann, who was the housewife being cheated on, she actually tracked down the mistress and originally wanted to talk to her and angle her for information and stuff, but then just started hanging out with her and becoming her friend, which is super messed up because the girl didn't know who she was and she used a fake name, but befriending and really genuinely liking this girl. And she actually kind of wants him to be a better boyfriend to his mistress.
It's her big night. I was honored she wanted me to come so badly.
Doesn't she have any other friends? Or did she sleep with their husbands too?
I'm glad Rob is going. She needs someone there to cheer her on.
That, you could have done more with that, right? Like if y'all weren't lying and cheating on everybody, like that could have been cute, that could have been wholesome. But that's like the only like little nugget of moment in that whole story that I think is worth watching. The 80s storyline also briefly had a non-monogamy thing. I wanted there to be so much more because this is my favorite storyline. So I was a little mourning the fact that there wasn't a whole lot to say on this. However, when it comes to light that he's cheating on her, then she's like, okay, I'm gonna cheat on you. And then that comes to light, and then both of them are like, okay, but we still love each other. He says multiple times, you're the love of my life, even though he's a gay man. Romantically and in friendship, this person is a partner that he doesn't want to divorce. And so they have this talk.
What do you mean you're happy for us?
Well, don't you see? We don't need to get a divorce. We have stumbled into the perfect arrangement. You will have your lovers and I will have mine, and then we will come home to sparkling conversation.
Side note, I am not a huge fan of the word arrangement in non-monogamy. Like, it just feels very coy. It feels like a dirty little secret, right? To me, I don't know. It just like hits my ear wrong.
He hasn't left yet?
Thank God I've caught you. I need fresh eyes on an outfit. Simone prefers the linen, but I think the navy's more slimming.
See what Tommy gave me?
Ooh, hark at you, Diamond Jim Brady Bunch. Anyway, which one?
The characters themselves, like the furthest they're stretching it is just having like an open marriage on paper, but they're like best friends.
I've lost a husband, but I've gained a gay sidekick.
I'm glad.
She says, I lost a husband, but I gained a gay sidekick, right? Like, so she's putting him in a different category than partner, even though, yeah, they love each other. So those are the honorable mentions. Those are the side mentions of non-monogamy-ish flirting that happened in the other two storylines. But let's get back to this messy-ass triad.
Now that Jade's gonna live with us, we gotta have some way to introduce her.
Well, why don't we just say she's family?
Oh, I love that.
The triad is in their little honeymoon period. It seems to be going great for all of, 72 hours, something like this. They're figuring out how they want to refer to Jade with other people. They say, let's call her family. Now, let's not forget that Jade has a lot of trauma about family abandoning her, and they sure are scooping her close. I don't know, it just feels like they're holding a lot of grenades and some of the pins are loose, you know? That's just the feeling. That's the feeling. And Taylor decides she's going to tell her sisters.
I am no longer in an open marriage.
You left Eli.
Thank you, Jesus.
No, I didn't leave Eli. I moved my lover into our home. The three of us are officially a throuple.
Would it be okay if we tell Mama?
Because this will kill her.
And the actress playing Taylor, Kirby Howell-Baptiste, she is from Australia. And most of the time she does pretty well with an American accent, but you hear it creep in sometimes. And I feel like it's extra noticeable because her sisters are given Southern American accents.
Oh, don't worry about it, sugar.
We don't resent you.
Not much, anyway.
I would really like to help out, but it would be tricky given my current living situation.
I mean, I guess they could have grown up in different places. Like, that's possible, but they just don't explain it, right? They're just like, we're three sisters and we all speak differently. So on Taylor's trip is the first time that Eli and Jade have one-on-one time together. And Eli has a writing deadline, he's very overwhelmed, and Jade reads through it, gives him ideas, like comes up with new storylines with him, like is a creative collaborator in that sense. And she also suggests, would you like an upper? And the thing is, Eli is a recovering addict, but Jade does not know that. And so she offers what people offer, you know, like she's not been told. It's very weird. You're living with someone and you're in a triad with someone and you don't know a core part of their, mental health regimen is to avoid substances. But yeah, he doesn't tell her and he takes it and he relapses. And after he relapses, they then sleep together and they pause. They think like, is this okay?
Are we allowed to do this without Taylor?
Not sure.
Reasonably so. They're like, well, Jade and Taylor sleep together without Eli, so, if you're all three in a triad, there will be times that Eli and Jade sleep together without Taylor. That's true, And for firsts, for change, for anything that could be sensitive or new, like just what's the harm in talking with a person about it first? Just how do you feel? Not asking permission, just how are you feeling? How are you doing with that idea?
So, I was wondering when you want to tell her about last night.
Oh, you want to mention that?
Well, it happened, so we have to be honest about it, right?
Correct. But have you considered that Eli hates conflict?
You think she might get jealous?
Maybe jealous, maybe furious. I mean, likely furious.
Yeah, but don't you think she'll be angrier if we don't tell her and then she finds out anyway?
Well, see, that's where the ever-popular take it to our graves philosophy would come into play.
That feels wrong. That's wrong.
And Taylor is very smart, and she can put things together quite quickly.
Not to change the subject, but I'm curious about something.
What's up?
While I was away, did you two
And she's very direct, which I do appreciate.
We absolutely
Shit. Wow.
Are you upset?
I'm not sure.
And props to Taylor for not only asking a straightforward question, love that, but she also says like, well, it's a little uncomfortable, but I can process these feelings. I don't want there to be double standards. Like, this all makes sense. Okay.
I mean, obviously I have some feelings that I need to work through, but this is bound to happen, right? At some point, since we're all together now, and I love you both, so why would I not want you guys to get closer?
Yes, exactly. And I knew that if we were just open and honest about the whole thing, that it wouldn't be a big deal.
Oh, Eli. Oh, now you wanted to be honest. Now you want, okay.
Oh, you know what? You should tell Lamar that I know the manager.
So Jade rightfully texts him that he is a dick, and he's like, I know. There's fleshing out Jade more, which thank you. I feel like these episodes are now showing Jade as more of a three-dimensional person with her own feelings, her own reactions to things. She's not just like an easy bake oven with boobs. So it's still, there's like secrets being kept. Like even in that moment, it's not setting a good pattern in motion, not even a little bit.
All right, let's talk about my script.
I think it's brilliant.
Okay, just tell me it'll sell.
Oh, yes. I already got 4 different producers interested.
Eli actually, with Jade's help, wrote something fantastic that actually has some interest, that actually might get some big money. This is everything that Taylor has been hoping and waiting and like encouraging, all for years. Can you finish your script? What, have you written this month? There's a lot of hovering over and even kind of controlling and shaming him a bit of hey, I don't want to be the only breadwinner here. Now he might be bringing in some bread, right? However, Jade was his inspiration.
Be good to Jade. She's your muse.
What?
That hits a nerve. Taylor didn't mind about sleeping together, but when it comes to years of wanting her husband to get a move on, and then this woman comes in and now he can, that hits a nerve.
His muse? What kind of over-the-top, undeserved bullshit is that?
I get why there's sensitivity there. Also, she takes it out on Jade.
What happened with me and Eli has obviously triggered some hurt feelings, and I totally get it.
Jade? Believe me when I say I don't give a fuck if you screwed my husband.
The my husband of it all, right? Because yeah, that's true, but you sure do only whip that word out when you're trying to win an argument and assert your dominance, Taylor. I see you.
Okay, he was just trying to be nice.
You didn't save him. I am the one who spent the last 2 years cleaning up the mess he made of our lives.
Now again, it's totally fine that Taylor's upset. I would probably be upset too. I would have some choice words for Eli at the end of the night of I gotta process this, I got big feelings about that. And this can also happen in triads where you see your partner be able to do things and share things with someone that they don't with you. That's what I mean. It's it's advanced. One does not just simply walk into a triad, you guys. Not if you want it to last beyond the honeymoon period.
Jade, he's an addict. He almost died. And he would have if I didn't force him into rehab.
And at this point, Taylor still does not know that Eli relapsed, but Jade knows now. Jade knows now. She feels like she was unwittingly an accessory in his relapse. Like she wouldn't have offered that to him if she knew, his history.
Oh, man. That's just shining a light on the cracks in our relationship.
But she's not wrong. She's not wrong that non-monogamy, and polyamory especially, will shine a light on any cracks that are already there. You just can't ignore them in polyamory. Like, not if you want to have a good time, So anything that you're like, I'm not going to actually have that hard talk, or, we struggle with that, but we're making do. Unless you really want to deal with it, then maybe don't be polyamorous, because you're going to have to confront it. It's going to confront you. And Taylor says that Jade did nothing wrong, which is true in this case. She didn't. She's like the only one not hurting people in this moment.
It's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. I'm just not sure the current living situation is working.
And that's why you don't move in with a couple who's not doing well.
Are you saying you want me to go?
I just don't think this whole thing's working.
This is one of the cruelest, coldest things that I've seen happen in this polyamory. She knows Jade's trauma. She knows Jade ain't got another choice other than what? Go back to her violent ex, The couple that went to Italy, they're already long gone, so that option isn't there. They convinced her to not take that option. So this is deeply not okay.
What am I gonna do? I am out on the street. I don't have anywhere to go. And Will and Misha are gone, and Duke is still out there.
So Jade is full fight or flight. Like, that's what you've done. You've switched something on in this girl, and she is now, like, having a character moment of, like, I need to survive, Obviously. She was pretty transparent about what her traumas are, and Taylor just hit every one of them.
I'm not gonna let that happen. I need you here.
Why? Because I'm your muse, or am I just your dealer?
And he says, no, go. Not for her safety. No. He's not thinking about her in that moment. He says, I need you here. I'm not done consuming you as a muse, okay? There's still some muse juice in there that I gotta get the bottom of. He says, if you let me use, then you'll be safe. I'll take care of you. I'll make all this money because I'm using and then I'll be successful, is his thinking. And she's like, oh, money, security, yes, please.
You promise you'll take care of me.
So let the codependency begin. They're off to the races and starting to scheme against Taylor because Taylor is now positioned herself as versus Jade.
Who versus? Who are we doing it versus?
Oh my God.
And then Taylor, to her credit, comes and is like, we need help, the three of us.
I know I said I was okay with what went on with you two, but clearly I wasn't. It's not fair to blame you because I'm the reason we're all together in the first place. I just feel like I talked you into this with absolutely no idea of how we would make it work.
We will figure it out.
We will, but we're gonna need some help, and I think I found just a place to start.
The more, the merrier.
You want us to go to an orgy?
No, it's not an orgy, it's a polyamory retreat.
Let's go to a polyamory retreat where there are people who know what they're doing or can give support, can give advice, and they all sign up. One, that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you're in over your head, talk to other people because you're not the only one going through it. But two, in this universe, the writers are saying people do polyamory well, right? These people are not, but it's possible. And I appreciate that. I know sometimes we're just grabbing for crumbs, but I appreciate the implication that it can go well sometimes, Representation. Side note, which one of y'all made this? I mean, I might get on you for the papyrus font and the stock images, but whoever wrote this is definitely from our world. They knew the term polysaturated. But yeah, so Taylor's being great and she's coming up with solutions. Jade and Eli are trying to hide his using from her.
The whole thing is designed by experts who know how to make a relationship like ours work. Oh, look, so here's one of the seminars, Negotiating Boundaries and Polyamorous Relationship Agreements. Doesn't that sound helpful?
Yeah, it really does. We're on the same team. I cannot cover for you if you're gonna be stupid about it.
So they all get in the car to go on the retreat. And Jade, who's allergic to wearing her shirt properly. Yeah, I didn't mention it before, but it is every scene. And Eli brings his stash and makes his trunk look like the floor of a Dunkin' Donuts. not realizing there would be a security checkpoint with drug-sniffing dogs. So he freaks out, and then Eli's nose starts to bleed because he's been using a lot. And Taylor says, turn it around.
Stop the car. Now.
And she was like, okay, well, polyamory weekend's off. Like, we can't even wrap our minds around doing this properly if you are using again. And Jade starts comforting Taylor about Eli using as sort of like a hedging her bets strategy. She doesn't care how she stays safe, just that she stays safe. And it was totally the turning point in that fight in the bathroom, because before that, she was not playing them like this.
Be with me. Back me up. This is gonna be really hard.
So it's a team effort. They're gonna be like, you're going back to rehab. Right in that moment, he gets a call that his script sold for over $1 million.
This is such great news, okay? Your career is back again. This is all the more reason to get you to rehab.
You know what? I don't think it's the best time for me.
So Eli sells his little script, and now all of a sudden he's got some red blood in his veins, right? Now all of a sudden he's got some confidence to stand up to her or whatever, but like he's tweaking out of his mind, right? He doesn't like being controlled. That's a valid fight they could have had, but right now, it's just all messy and muddled, and he's like, I'm gonna keep the house and I'm gonna buy a car with your Amex. He's not in his right mind. And it's hard to watch Jade in the middle like, mommy, daddy, don't fight. Like, that happens in triads too much. It's too real.
Come on, Jade.
I think maybe we shouldn't go.
It's another thing that people don't tell you about a triad is if two people want to break up, the third one might not want to. Sometimes a triad turns into a V.
You're choosing him.
I'm choosing us. I'm choosing all of us.
Fuck you both.
And again, Taylor's really smart. She puts the pieces together that Jade is covering for Eli's relapse.
You're using Eli. Just give me the key.
Stop it! If anyone is a user, Taylor, it's you. You have been using me for months.
I saved you. I brought you into my home.
You did that for yourself, not for me. Your marriage was falling apart and you needed a distraction.
I'll read a bitch. I will read you to filth.
Oh my God. We shouldn't be doing this. Fighting and throwing blame at each other. We're supposed to be a family.
Stop it, Jade. Eli and I are a family. You are a house guest. That's all.
Again, conveniently reasserting coupleship primacy whenever it suits her.
You know what, Jade? Go upstairs. Get your stuff. I want you out of my house. Now.
That's not gonna happen.
But I mean, it is still her house, though. And now Jade is just gung-ho, let's get Taylor out of the picture because she threatens this and I want this to stay. Like, Jade tries to get him to change the locks to Taylor's own home. She goes into his phone to block Taylor so that he thinks that Taylor's not reaching out. We see her browsing wedding dresses, right? Like, it's kind of giving swim fan. It's kind of giving Fatal Attraction vibes. And they say apparently Jade has a history of seducing people's husbands, you know? From the time she was a young teen, by the way. You know, like, okay, let's turn it a Lolita story too while we're at it. And young teens can't consent or seduce, by the way. So that's some fuckery that I'm not gonna let slide. And then they say that Jade probably burned down her foster parents' house with them inside. And then we learn Jade's real name.
Irene Tabochnik.
Irene Debotchnik?
Ivana Humpalot.
Now officially the story is like, Jade is the villain, okay? Just in case anyone was unsure, just in case there was any sort of complexity or moral nuance in this story, no. Jade is the bad guy, everybody. And the story is like, oh, you know, Taylor's sleuthing, she's finding out all of Jade's lies, and it's like, no, I think Taylor's also spinning out. She's just a bit more composed when she does it. Taylor goes to prison to see Jade's abusive ex. She bails him out. She pays 10 grand to get this violent person out of prison who has been looking for Jade. So if he went and did anything to her, like, that's on Taylor. And don't forget, someone's life is gonna end, right? So we still don't know who or how.
Oh my God. You did those things.
Did what? What did he say about me?
Oh my God, you killed those people.
Eli, the man is a liar.
Slow down, slow down.
Eli, you can't
And Jade crashes the car, puts Eli in the hospital. In Eli's time of need, he, of course, wants Taylor. It brings Eli and Taylor back together. He agrees to go to rehab. It's like Jade runs away, and all of a sudden, they're a happy, monogamous couple again.
No house, wouldn't have met Jade. No Jade, no relapse.
He blames Jade for his relapse and for their problems in their relationship. It's so easy when you have a scapegoat. Eli decided to use. It's not like Jade was peer pressuring him. She was just like, oh, I have this, do you want it? You know, that could have been anybody. A pre-existing couple got to do a lot of work to not pull stuff like that. We don't actually have to look at our stuff, which we admitted was pre-existing way before Jade walked in. If we can just be like, oh, let's both team up. We have a common enemy now. That it was all her. It was all her. Let's go back to like shoving down and repressing our resentments. And the story does it too. They like took any character building that they were doing and just threw it out the window, and they're like, never mind. So yeah, Eli and Taylor get back from the hospital, and Jade's inexplicably just in their kitchen wielding a butcher's knife.
Okay, you know what? Let's just all settle down.
You guys act like everything that happened is my fault. It's not. I could have gone to Europe, but you begged me to stay. You pretended to love me, and you promised that you would always take care of me.
Is it just me, or did she just make sense? Like, I know she's chaotic running around with a butcher's knife, but like, you know, aside from that.
You've been through a lot, but you're not a bad person, right? No. How could you leave me alone with that psychopath?
But the nice thing is, once it got so over the top, then all three of them stopped feeling like real people, so I stopped being as annoyed because I was like, oh, it's camp. It's just like all exaggerated tropes and beware the stalker killer, you know, it's almost like a Lifetime movie at this point. So Jade knifes her abusive ex. He was gonna try and do it to her. He threatened to do it to her dog, like, so I don't feel super sad about all that. He was not really fleshed out as a character either. Both of them just seem like people that suburban middle class liberals would be scared of, if that makes sense. Jade stabs Eli in the gut. He falls down. We think he's bleeding out. Then she goes to try to get Taylor, wrestle fight, you know, and Taylor wins and stibbity stab, 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 stab. Okay, so the people who have ended are the two wild cards, and maybe Eli. Oh no, they save him. They save him. You know, what's Taylor gonna do? You know, what, be single? No, we want to be promoting happy monogamous marriage at the end of the day, right? Isn't that what we're doing here in this polyamory storyline?
I thought maybe we could rethink the whole open marriage thing.
Really?
Yeah, you know, we should focus on us for a while. And three's a crowd.
Look, people can decide they want a simpler life. Monogamy is simpler, not always easier, but it is less complex, right? So no shade to anybody who wants less complexity. But the writers basically saying, oh hey, this kind of risky open marriage, they broke all their rules and they lied to each other, and then they opened it up more and they had polyamory and everybody died. So the moral of the story is be monogamous and you'll be happy, or at least you'll be breathing.
Did we just become Republicans?
I think we did.
I mean, I had so many hopes for this because I was so sure there was a polyamorous writer on staff. There might have been someone who dabbled, or someone who's got some resentments, you know? Because somebody knew a little bit about what they were talking about until they just face planted at the end. All of these partial representations, I feel like so many writers are just like sneaking up to maybe flirting with including us, and then they just rug pull and they say, actually, never mind, I want to go be normal. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think, you know? Have you ever been in a triad? Has anybody ever gotten stabbed? Please put it down in the comments below. And just a reminder, if you want more polyamory education, if you want to see 7 years of resources, I've been posting every week for 7 years over on patreon.com/chillpolyamory. That's where you get goodies, pen pals, live chats, and my lovely self if you like this mug. So check it out. There is also a free option. Otherwise, stay tuned. I got another video coming up in a few weeks, and I will see you then. Mwah.